if hair loss is hormone related, quiz, which hormone is it? And is it because that hormone is high or low?
What do you think is the connection here between hair loss? And a lot of people mention hormones. So Jill says, how do hormones come into hair loss? A question from Veronica. Does too much testosterone cause hair loss? Dr.
Well,
Maggie, we'd love for you to weigh in.
I'm going to start with a quiz because we're an educational program, right? I work with people to end hair loss and many other symptoms, but we do it through education. And so many people have been through our programs, whether it's my Hormone Masterclass or Main Transform program or the food mapping program. You guys know, okay? If hair loss is hormone related, quiz, which hormone is it? And is it because that hormone is high or low? Type in chat, everybody. Ready, set, go. Which hormone is it? Because someone just mentioned progesterone, someone mentioned estrogen, right? And then another question mentioned testosterone, right?
Yes.
Ooh, someone just said high T.
Okay.
Dawn, that was the first. Oh my gosh, okay, Barbie is our first winner chicken dinner right here. She said high or low T. Really? That means high or low testosterone. How is it possible that it's both high or low?
Well, yeah, I think it's an easy jump for high testosterone because it converts into other hormones are broken down in our body, and testosterone breaks down into another hormone that basically affects hair loss. It literally shuts off the hair follicle from even being able to grow. So, testosterone being high is a really big deal. And then if we don't have enough testosterone, obviously we're not getting the stimulation for the hair to grow as well. So it can go in either direction.
It's actually Goldilocks. It's about balance, right? And unfortunately,
I was going to say no pun intended either, right? With your Goldilocks comment.
And here, representing.
Well, but that's the thing is I think people mistake high or low. And really the focus is not about high or low. It's about what is the balance of each of these hormones in this particular individual. And is it just about testosterone? And then somebody will be like, I have high testosterone, but my hair is fine. Or I have low testosterone, or my testosterone's in the middle and my hair is fine. Well, there's actually multiple hormones that are involved. It isn't just testosterone.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to comment just on what Dr. Jason was saying too, with the high testosterone or just the imbalance in hormones. Not only do we get hair loss, but we also get hair where we don't want it, right? So oftentimes that will happen in conjunction where we don't have the hair on our heads, but we do get it on our chins, which is actually a good indication that something is amiss.
Or something is a mister. So
that too.
Hi, I'm Maggie, UMD, and I'm a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of the Transform and Transform Protocol. If you're interested in learning what are the root causes of all chronic disease, go ahead and click the link in the description where I have a power pack 30-minute training that goes over what are the 5 pillars of Transform. Go ahead, click the link, and I'll see you in that training. Yeah, there's an interesting role that testosterone has on our hair follicles. I just want you guys to know, but there are other hormones involved. I'll give you the example of progesterone, everybody. How is progesterone possibly related with hair? And I'm going to quiz again, which is progesterone's a mother hormone. What's the next hormone it turns to, everybody? Type in chat right there, right? We teach biochemistry here. I teach every person. You don't have to be a medical provider. And in fact, most medical providers don't know this. But if you've gone through any of our programs, answer this. What hormone does progesterone turn into, right? And testosterone. So if you have really high progesterone or you have really low progesterone and that doesn't convert or over-converts into the next hormone, boom, you got a problem there from progesterone, right? And then the next thing is, how would estrogen be related to hair loss? Anyone have any idea? And this goes down into, Dr. J already gave you guys a hint, because testosterone turns into what? Well, testosterone is broken down into a variety of different estrogens, right? And so the enzymes or the genetics of your body and how it breaks down the testosterone will impact upon the amount of estrogen that's being high or low, but that amount is also directly related to testosterone. So there's so much going on here that it's about hormone balance.
Yes.
And unfortunately, there's no one doing work on hormone balance. Kathy?
Oh, this is one thing that just drives me nuts, because it's something where someone will get a test that says, oh, I have low testosterone. And so they'll be given testosterone. Right?
In
Which is
pellets,
like, how many
nonetheless.
times are we like, oh, no, 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 right?
Right.
And that's not the solution because they're
Well,
not considering the whole interplay of the hormones, just like Dr. Maggie was saying.
Well, this reminds me of a case that I actually presented at one of our conferences where um, we had a woman who, quote unquote, had low testosterone, went to a hormone expert and got a testosterone pellet, and then came in with all sorts of autoimmune disease flares, mast cell flaring, and testosterone. That was for her, I believe, was about 800. Well, I'm not even going to give the number. It was extremely high testosterone. So, and women, by the way, have testosterone levels 10 times less than men. We need 10 times less testosterone than a man does. But this woman had the testosterone amount that was equivalent to a man. So it would be 10 times higher than where she should be normally, because she was told she was low and given a testosterone pellet, and now she has all these downstream effects and is stuck with these results from that pellet for the next 3 to 6 months
Mm.
because boom, she got shot in the, you know what, with a testosterone pellet.
Yeah, and I think that's frustrating too. I always want to kind of riff on what Kathy said when I think Kathy said something like, they do these tests and they say the hormones are this. Here's the other part. A lot of people aren't even testing hormones. I mean, and let me say it, not a lot. Most people aren't even testing hormones. 99% of the people out there aren't testing hormones. And most of the other 1% don't even know how to interpret it. So I think it's really critical. These hormone experts, I mean, they really drive me crazy because all they're doing is just, shoving high dose testosterone, high dose progesterone, high dose estrogen without
Making
even
these
really
problems worse.
making the problems worse. We see it every day.
Look at this. Evelyn was given 50 milligrams of weekly ingestion testosterone for libido. Found out I had PCOS through the Transform program. I love you. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's completely inappropriate dosing in so many ways. And for someone who should be the last person on testosterone would be her, yet given weekly injectables of this. This is literally like frustrating.
I'm wondering if, because people are sitting out there right now wondering, okay, we heard Dr. Jason just talk about nobody's testing for hormones. And if they are, they don't know how to interpret it. But you are a true hormone expert. I mean, that is personally how I found you, was because hormones were a big, big issue I knew behind many of my issues. And you are the answer to this. So I'm curious if you could talk a little bit about what it is that you're able to offer to people when they do come into Transform, and you have a specific whole program about hormones.
And I want people who are currently, because right now we're actually in the middle of a live session with participants in my Hormone Masterclass right now. I would love every person who's in my Hormone Masterclass right now, who's ever been, and anybody who's been in our programs that went through the hormone balancing program. For me, here's a couple things, right? I think about how I think it's really critical. Number one is to get data, accurate testing, right? And yet, how many providers out there will tell you, oh, you're menstruating regularly, you're postmenopausal, you don't need to get hormones tested? Number one, accurate testing is really important, which is what we do. But the second piece is really the linchpin. The things we're talking about here, 99.99% of providers have no clue about. So then we actually work live with people who in our hormone program and in our main program to actually show them exactly, wait a minute, there's a pattern here that everybody's missing. There's a pattern here that they already missed, and this is why you had the hysterectomy, or this is why they gave you the testosterone pellet. So I love the educational part of this, and then the specific implementation. Well, what am I to do? Everybody wants to fix hair loss, right? But in order to fix it, you have to test your hormones accurately. You have to know exactly the patterns that are feeding it. And number three, exactly what to do to fix it, because it is a fixable, solvable problem. Hi, and thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in actively looking for a solution to your problem and you'd like to work with us, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and click the link in the description to book a chat with our team. I and my team look forward to talking to you to learn more about you, to see if we are indeed a good fit to work together. Thank you.